Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel True Crime and Trials, where I discuss true crime and trials. And today is day 8 of the Derek Chauvin trial. Starting again with use of force. And this witness says it does appear that Derek Chauvin was using a form of pain compliance on George Floyd's fingers, where it appears that Derek is squeezing, also pushing the wrist into the handcuff. Yeah. So basically he says if there's no opportunity for compliance, meaning that George was already on the floor, he wasn't resisting, he didn't need to have any other restraint on him, then it's just pain. So yeah. And he says that keeping George Floyd in the position that he did is deadly force. And positional asphyxia can happen by just being in the prone position, which has been proven in all the testimony we've had before this witness, in all the manuals, etc. So being in that position, being handcuffed behind your back, then you've got the added body weight of the officers and the pain compliance. I mean, too much, way too much. This witness, in giving his opinion, says the crowd did not factor in to his analysis because he didn't perceive them as a threat. Most people don't. I don't think they were a threat, because he says they were merely filming and most of it was their concern for George Floyd. So then Mr. Nelson points out that this witness is from the LAPD and he's there to give his opinion. He's not there to represent the LAPD or this police force. But, you know, he's got experience, he's an expert, his opinion is still valid. And he's not saying anything that no one else has said either. He's not saying anything that we can't see in the footage. So if Derek Chauvin had tased George Floyd instead of doing what he did, then that would have been reasonable force. Based on the info he had received beforehand and saw two officers dealing with George Floyd who was resisting, tasing him would have been reasonable. I don't think anyone would agree with that. So everything up until being held in the prone position was all reasonable force by the officers. This is what this witness is saying. A piece of footage is played to see if the witness can see right. I don't know if a few of you remember the Todd Mullis trial, where the lawyer plays a piece of recording and then uses the power of suggestion to the jury of what Todd might have said. So once you've heard, can you hear blah blah blah, you hear it. So Nelson plays this piece of footage and then says, can you hear what George Floyd said? The witness can't. So then Nelson says, can you hear him say, I can't, I ate too many drugs? The witness still says he can't hear it. I listened, all I could hear was mumbling. I think I heard I ate too many, but that's probably because Nelson said something. I don't like lawyers doing that. If you can't hear something in the first place, then you can't hear it. If you say to someone, oh, can you hear what they're saying? And they still can't hear it, then whatever. But saying, can you hear them say so-and-so, then you're going to hear it. So now the BCA lead investigator, and this witness says he heard George Floyd say he ate too many drugs. So after the break, the clip is played again, but in context, and he believes he says, I ain't done no drugs. can we believe either or at this point? I don't think so. So now a clip is shown of Maurice Hall appearing to throw something out of his bag. He gets out of the car, he's got this backpack. It appears he goes into the backpack and then throws something away. So now we're on to a bit of forensics. It's good, but gets a bit boring because they're showing numerous photographs of the back of the squad car. But drugs were found in the car and also two $20 bills. We don't, unless I missed it, we don't hear whether those were fake as well. George Floyd's DNA was found on a pill found on the squad car floor. There was also a pipe found and residue was found in it that was just THC. There was no marijuana found in it. The pills that were tested in the car that George Floyd was in were methamphetamine and fentanyl. They had pharmaceutical markings on them that, when looked up, are the markings for oxycodone. And then other pills that were tested were also methamphetamine. So that's as far as we got yesterday. You know, the use of false testimony is hard, but more interesting when they're giving their opinions. A lot of people saying there's a lot of bias going on with these witnesses, but how can you disagree with the footage you've seen and what they're saying is what you've seen? I don't know. I'm looking forward to the defence's case, seeing what they've got. I know drugs is going to be a huge thing, and possibly George's past. But yeah, we shall see. So, hope you're enjoying these videos. It's hard work trying to fit all my normal life in and watching the trial and then, you know, making time to record and upload these every day. So I hope you enjoy watching them. I'm still trying to find my feet a year later, trying to relax, trying not to be scared about putting my opinion across, for fear of getting any hate or, you know, upsetting anyone. But with this case, you can't dispute the footage. Yes, from some angles it does look like Derek Chauvin's knee isn't on his neck, but it was at some parts, and his attitude and the way he acted, just disgusting behaviour from all of them. So yeah, that's me. I get stuck for things to say. I can write it down pretty easily. I can message my friend and give my opinion, but then when it comes to filming, I've still got this block, but I'm hoping I'll relax and start being able to flow a bit better. So thanks for everyone that subbed and stayed subbed and bear with, you know, just gone along with me and put up with my ramblings and me being still a bit nervous. But I'll be back with today's tomorrow. So until then, bye for now.